Everyone, welcome to the Roadmap, Benzinga's NFT show. We've got a great episode today. We're going to be talking about some play-to-earn games and news out that one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges is entering the gaming space. What could that mean, and how will that help with growth of play-to-earn? Everyone stay tuned. This is the Roadmap. All right, everyone, this is the Roadmap. We're back. It's Tuesday. Hopefully everyone had a good long holiday weekend. I'm seeing a lot of people here in the chat, including some people who might have some super stickers and emojis here. Benzinga actually just launched our subscription service on YouTube for $3.99 a month. You can get those custom emojis and be one of our star supporters. And who knows, there may even be some emojis coming soon with maybe my face and or Brian's face. So you definitely would want to sign up so you can get those and use those in the chat while we're talking, because what better than to show off those wonderful faces. I want to give a big shout out to today's sponsor, FTX US, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world in terms of trading volume and daily users. The FTX app is used by over 6 million people to buy crypto and NFTs with no transaction or withdrawal fees. You can use your phone or computer to use the FTX US trading platform, and it offers NFT trading on both the Ethereum and Solana blockchains with no gas fees. You can find out more by clicking the link in the description of the video below or in the chat right now. So if you have not signed up for an FTX account, the information is all right there. And again, shout out to FTX for sponsoring today's episode. I want to go ahead and bring on my co-host, Benzinga's own Brian Moir. Brian, what's going on, buddy?
Pretty good now. After we got those technical issues out of the way, we're ready to rock and roll.
Technical issues. It feels like a Monday, Brian. It's not. It's Tuesday, but I'm pretty much thinking it's Monday all day. So I would expect technical issues and more issues to come. But yeah, we got some stuff to talk about, right? We got a lot of NFT news, some events that happened over the weekend, and then we did get the big news that our friends FTX are launching a new gaming division. We'll get into that. And we thought that since we're going to talk about NFT games, maybe we should take a look at 5 play-to-earn NFT games that should be on your radar for our viewers and our listeners. What do you think of that, Brian?
I love it. Want some more of it.
Definitely. All right. Well, let's dive in to the news flow here. So it's Tuesday, aka Monday or Tuesday. One of the things we always like to start the week with is kind of a look back, right? So let's look at the top 10 NFTs by sales volume of last week. And topping the list was Azuki, 33.7 million, up 47%. NFT Worlds, 27.1 million, up 171%. This is similar to Decentraland and the Sandbox, a metaverse play, a virtual world. We also saw MFers up 48.6%. We had Eden Horde, Krabata, Axie Infinity, Tasty Bones, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Three Landers, and Clone X rounding out the list. Just to highlight a couple, Azuki has a floor price of 12.49. NFT Worlds, that's a collection of 10,000, is 17.49 ETH. And then MFers, 4.59. I mean, I remember when that thing was trading at a floor of 0.2. It has risen significantly. People are using this as their profile picture. It's almost the new CryptoPunk, style. A lot of people in it. And then, of course, some new ones. Eden Horde, Tasty Bones. But then we also saw, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Clone X, and Axie remaining in the top 10, and then Krabata, which we're going to talk about later on, the play-to-earn NFT game on the Avalanche blockchain. Brian, showing some strength being in the top 10 for 2 straight weeks. I mean, we don't often see Avalanche projects in the top 10, and now we have one that's been there 2 weeks. What catches your eye and stands out to you top 10 list this week?
I like what you just said about how Avalanche is now the second week in a row that they're on the top 10. That's a lot of good news for Avalanche. It kind of shows a little sustainability and like a little good inkling that we'll have more to come. I like that the MFers is top 3, and because that project's it's fun, it's interesting, and there's like some secret hidden stuff in there that if you're a part of the community, you kind of know about. I don't know a lot of deep dive into it, but I've seen a lot of talk on Twitter, and I just like that project just because it's kind of fun and vulgar, and I don't know, it just makes me smile. So if that's good enough for me being on the top 10, I'll take it.
That
But
sounds
definitely
like
that
good enough.
AVEX game and blockchain project that's on there. I think that's the most interesting aspect of it all.
Yeah, we talk about the top 10. The other thing, Brian, I'd note is, so out of these 10, 5 appeared on last week's list and 5 were new, either a return or brand new to this top 10 list. So it's kind of nice. We got to change the pace here. NFT Worlds. I mean, Brian, we've been talking a lot about Decentraland and the Sandbox. Those are the 2 big plays, right, on the metaverse, NFTs. NFT Worlds, though, starting to show some strength, almost as like a former third wheel that could be, a triple threat here. I know a lot of
floor price too.
Very high floor price now, 17.49 last I looked. I haven't looked today. But the one thing I know is Crypto Dad, 15.8 now at the time of this episode. Crypto Dads, which I own, some NFTs of, and Crypto Moms, they have land in NFT Worlds, and they're going to launch their own universe there. And along with that, you'll be able to, participate and maybe earn some of the world token just for playing some games. So NFT Worlds, I like what it offers because it's all about, connecting your project to your community, and you can kind of essentially build your own world. It's also compatible with Minecraft, which is, I mean, obviously one of the bigger games out there. Yeah, there you see Crypto Dads right there. And I hadn't looked at what the world token was at. But my guess is that, maybe that one could see some volume here as this project grows. So not financial advice, but I would definitely keep that one on radar. And I mean, Brian, I'm excited to explore NFT Worlds, just like looking at the Sandbox and Decentraland.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, moving on from the top 10, we did get big news out on Thursday, and it's been that long since we last talked to all our listeners and viewers here. World of Women, which is a project we've talked about several times. So Reese Witherspoon features a World of Women as her profile picture on Twitter, and she's taking it a step further. Her Hello Sunshine, which is a production company, signed a storytelling partnership with World of Women. So they are going to build out a character universe that includes films, scripted and unscripted television shows based on World of Women. Hello Sunshine also wants to launch and highlight other women-led NFT projects. If you're not familiar with World of Women, it's a collection of 10,000 women NFTs. It had a mint price of 0.07 back in July of 2021. Lots of celebrities have gotten into this one. And Guy Osiri, who also has a deal with Bored Ape Yacht Club, was signed as the representative of World of Women. So, no surprise that media was coming here. This project has shot up in value. I mean, just insane. It's got to be getting close to at least being considered a blue chip at this point. And Brian, so we're at 9.25 ETH floor now. It actually came down over the last 24 to 48 hours. How about this media deal, though? I mean, movies and TV, and coming from Hello Sunshine, Reese Witherspoon. It's the same company that actually produces The Morning Show, which is a show on Apple TV with Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, so that's one I've watched, so I know the company. What do you think of this media deal?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, it's enormous, and I'm very excited about it because it's going to lead to a lot of stuff in the NFT space. I mean, we're not going to break this news or anything yet, but we do have some interesting guests lined up coming soon that have other TV shows and, different production values tied to it that we're pretty excited to talk about. And I'll fill you that in later because I don't know if I want to ruin anything or if I'm even allowed to really talk about it yet. So, but there's a lot of stuff happening in this space, and it's really exciting. And this deal itself, I think, is going to spearhead just so many new, crazy, great projects and different ways it's going to disrupt the media industry as a whole. So I'm super excited. I think it's great news. I think we could talk about this for hours.
Yeah, and maybe we'll do a special episode sometime. So, Brian, that new show that you were talking about, maybe when that one gets announced, maybe we do an episode talking about all the NFTs related to TV shows or movies. Because, I mean, we have this one now with World of Women. We have Bored Ape Yacht Club sign that talent deal. CryptoPunks signed a talent deal, so maybe they announce film or TV show eventually. And our friends at Robotos, they have an animated series coming with the Robotos and the RoboPets. So, I mean, there's a lot to like in that space and a very exciting time ahead. NFL All Day, which is from Dapper Labs. It's the same company that brought NBA Top Shot. So if you were with us a couple weeks ago, I know Brian wasn't, but I'm sure he was, watching from the sidelines. I opened up a pack of NFL All Day moments. So there was 3 moments in that pack. I have a couple unopened packs that I'll be opening on future episodes. So if you want to see me open those, definitely let me know in the chat right now and hit me up on Twitter. I was able to score a pack on Friday, which will have a rare or legendary moment inside of it, along with 8 others, including some Super Bowl moments. But the marketplace for NFL All Day is going live today, Brian. So that was something I said last week was NFL All Day launched these packs, but you weren't able to sell the moments. And now the NFL season is over. So are they losing some of that momentum? Well, with the marketplace launching today, we'll get to see real fast whether, these have high volume of transactions, if the price drops on them, if people are making more money than they spent on the packs, etc. So I have a rare Patrick Mahomes numbered to 1,200. And last I looked, Brian, the lowest listed price was $1,400. So I will be following along because I don't know if I want to hold on to this Mahomes or sell it today. I kind of want to see what we get for volume. What do you think the all-day marketplace opening today? You think we see a surge today and we reach peak, or you think this will, happen over the next couple weeks?
Ooh, I don't know. It's really interesting to even think about because it's new and this is like a kind of a trading practice, if you will, that's much older than NFTs. But now that we've tokenized it and made it digital, it's a whole new ballpark. But I can't say either way, but I can say that I bet you it's going to gain a lot of traction. And I think over time, we're going to see a lot more volume and interest in this whole aspect because there's YouTube videos that are directly made just for opening packages. I've seen people where they accidentally drop a card and it's like $50,000 and nothing looks bad about it, but because they dropped it on video, it's now the value has tanked 3/4 of what it was worth. It's just crazy. I don't know, but yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of interest and we'll see a lot more value in these than we do now. And as soon as it's launched, who knows?
Yeah, and the other thing to watch is, NBA Top Shot has done a real good job of doing like collections and challenges. So like right now during the NBA season, if you like collect the top scorers of every night, you may get an extra pack. They're going to tie in some fantasy football into this over the next season. So I mean, today and the next couple days could be the days to, snatch up some of these low priced moments and sit on them until next year. Cause I don't know if the values are going to skyrocket, necessarily now, but I think we're going to see increased volume when the NFL season starts, in September. So something to keep an eye on there as well. All right. Well, let's move on. Up next, we have the Women Tribe, which we talked about last week. They had their mint and their reveal. So Eva Longoria, who hosted a Spaces with the team, she put out a tweet showing off some of her women tribe. There you can see them on screen. This has a floor of 0.329, and I was hoping it would come down a little bit. I wanted to get one of these, but right now, just sitting on the sideline, I wasn't able to mint these. But now that we have the reveal, I mean, I'm going through some of the images. They're real cool, look kind of, earthy, some vibrant colors. Brian, what do you think of Women Tribe now that we have the reveal out here?
Like you said, I like the colors. I like how how they kind of pop. And I think I've said it earlier. I really like the pastel colors, but I like how this has kind of a neon aspect to it, and a little bit almost cyberpunk mixed with that pastel kind of edge. I like the artwork a whole lot. I think it's really unique compared
Yeah, and
to
I mean,
how other ones are.
yeah, and it's not a guarantee, right, that all women-led NFT projects are going to, run, right? Just because that has been a trend lately. But with a floor price of 0.32, this does offer, a little bit better entry point than some of these other women-led NFT projects. So definitely one on my radar, and I'll be looking at some of these traits now that that mint and reveal is done. All right. Well, guys, let us know if you are watching live right now. Again, shout out to all our live viewers on YouTube. Let us know in the chat. The chat is rather quiet today. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're listening to us or watching this after the fact, let us know. Hit Brian and I up on Twitter or leave a comment on this YouTube video. We want to know where all our loyal fans are, and maybe let us know where you're listening or watching from so we can see that global audience that we have. Brian, I think it's time to get into, today's big subject, right? Is play to earn NFT gaming. And I'm so excited that over the weekend, I found out from our friends at FTX, who, of course, are sponsoring this episode, that they are launching a brand new gaming platform, right? So this is going to be FTX Gaming, which is going to provide complete solutions for companies and projects seeking to grow in Web3. So they're recognizing the monetization efforts of NFTs and Web3. And the head of FTX Gaming said, there's a future where 2 billion gamers get to own what they earn, and we want to help build it. So they're calling the new segment FAAS, or FTX as a Service. They're going to offer an end-to-end solution of their core product to launch NFTs and tokens, a custodial wallet with non-custodial integrations, primary and secondary trading, compliance and licensing, and more. So I like that they're, really being that back end, behind the scenes, thing behind the thing supporter for some of these gaming companies or these NFT projects, right? So they obviously see huge growth ahead in NFTs and gaming. This is huge news, and they have some job postings, and in those, they're looking for software engineers and people with, a specific familiarity to Unity game engine from Unity Software. Unity game engine is one of the biggest gaming platforms out there, responsible for, helping build around 50% of the top downloaded games. FTX launched a $100 million blockchain gaming fund in November. And of course, FTX raised $400 million in January when they were valued at $32 billion. Brian, I just said a whole lot of stuff. I'll let you chime in now. FTX Gaming, what do you think of this?
I mean, you pretty much laid it out word for word what needs to be said. I think it's really exciting. I think, like you said, Unity is one of the biggest software engines to build software platforms to build software that there is out there. And almost every game that you've ever played, anyone's ever played, has somewhat been either influenced or built by Unity. So that's going to be big. I think that they have actually been in the I guess not really Web3, but the crypto space, because people have integrated Web3 or NFTs or blockchain technology into video games for a while now, relative to how old blockchain technology is. So it's going to be exciting to see this go mainstream. Of course, anything FTX does or touches, there's going to be a lot of money that's going to be put into it. So you know that there's going to be a lot of uh, skilled professionals that are going to be building on this platform, and there's going to be a lot of resources that they have available to them to make it as good as it possibly can be. So it's pretty exciting, and we're in a really cool time and era that we're about to see some of the most influential technologies be built, be it gaming or tokenizing of assets and stuff like that. And plus, video games are so mainstream now, unlike whenever I was a kid, you were kind of a nerd, or even though it was fun to play video games, you were kind of nerdy if you played all the time, which I still did. But now it's cool, and people are making, our professional athletes are esports gamers, and they're making millions of dollars. So having this be tied into it with all that money and revenue and high popularity, who knows where we're going to be. And it's awesome that we're having some of the biggest names in crypto and the gaming space and gaming development mashed together. So we'll see some cool things come from it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, again, I use the phrase that our CEO and founder likes to use with some stocks and some companies, the thing behind the thing, companies that help power other companies, behind the scenes. And to me, that's what I see FTX doing here with its gaming platform. I mean, we all know FTX as a cryptocurrency, platform. We know it as a growing NFT marketplace for Ethereum and Solana. And now we're going to get to know it as a gaming platform. They're not going to necessarily build out their own games, right? They're going to provide that infrastructure for companies wanting to launch games. And there is such an unmet need right now in this space. And that's why I'm excited. And again, I mean, if FTX was public, if OpenSea was public, if LooksRare was public, those are the types of companies that I'd be investing in, right? Because they're not a one-trick pony, right?
Yeah.
We're going to see some of these different NFT projects come and go, right? It's part of what it is. It's unfortunate, but a lot of them will not be around a couple years from now, right?
True.
And your NFTs of those projects may lose a ton of value, right? But the ones that stick around are going to be the ones that engage with their communities, provide utility, and the companies that are going to benefit the most are these companies like FTX that are working as a platform, as a infrastructure play. So I like this move by FTX. And the other thing I'll say, Brian, I mean, I was a big video gamer as a kid. I like to play some mobile games now. And, some of those games cost money. A lot of them are free. But the more time you spend, you can, level up your character. You can earn rewards in the game. Well, what do you have to show for it a lot of times, right? You can't sell your character. You can't sell, in-game items unless if you, sell your whole account. I remember when Pokemon Go was huge, right? And I played that, and people were selling their whole accounts, right? So you could get, an account with a bunch of legendaries and, complete your Pokedex. But what if they had a marketplace in there, right, where you earn along the way and you're able to sell those items? That's massive. And it's going to increase engagement. If you're a gaming company and you have a way for people to earn, that you're going to have people want to play it. I just feel like that's a fact. And the big companies that I know working in this space that we've talked about, Brian, Ubisoft and Zynga, right? And I think we're going to see more gaming companies get there. But I mean, I just think FTX is ahead of the game here, and we're going to get more announcements of gaming partners out of them. What do you think, Brian? I mean, when you play games, would you love the ability to, sell some of that stuff that you earn along the way and maybe, make some money to where you can spend it in game or elsewhere?
I think that'd be cool. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you spend a lot of time and work, and what's maybe while you're doing it is to create this extra source of income, or it be your main source of income. Yeah, I think that's a great way to do that. I think it's awesome to be able to sell your work and what time you put hours into it, instead of just collecting it for a hobby. You can make it, a living.
And Brian, I do see a question here in the chat from Black Buddha, which I'm guessing. So it says, I totally agree with you, but why are gamers so mad about NFT earning? So my guess here is that, you know, there's been this old adage for a while, right, Brian, of, you know, play to win or pay to win, right? Where people who have a lot of money can buy items and essentially they can win because they have the best items. So that would be the unfortunate side of, you know, NFTs in the marketplace, is that yes, you're going to be able to buy items and possibly have a leg up on the competition, but that's kind of, you know, a free market society within the games. And to me, again, you know, a game like Fortnite, you pay $10 or $15 for a skin that doesn't give you an advantage in the game. It's just, you know, an aesthetic thing. I would much rather have an advantage if I spent the $10 or $15, right? Like that's me. I mean, maybe I'm on the, you know, the minority side here, but that's what I think. I mean, Brian, what do you think? If you're spending 10, $15 on a skin?
Well, I mean, I think I might be wrong, but in my opinion, I think that's more geared towards younger kids, like where, you know, it matters what your character actually looks like as opposed to what advantages it gives you. Because like hell, I'd ever pay $20 just for a skin to make my character look good, because either you're in first person mode, so it doesn't really matter, or it's just showing off online. That doesn't matter to me. But like you said, I mean, I'm not going to pay $20 to get myself an advantage in a video game if there's like a way to earn it. And even if there wasn't, I wouldn't really care that much about it. But I know that paying for like some sort of service or utility that it brings, besides just cosmetic or subjectively, you know, makes yourself look better, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, if I get like an unlimited gun, or instead of having to crank out 10, 15, 20 hours on a game to get a certain loot box, I can pay $9 for it and get all the guns that would have taken me like, you know, a month to get, then yeah, that would make sense. But not just for some aesthetic, or if it gives me no value and, you know, gives me some advantage rather. No.
Yeah, you know, so there's definitely a ton of work here, you know, in the gaming space, but I just really feel like, you know, we're early still. And again, you know, I think that gaming is a big area for NFTs to tackle. And yeah, we don't want you to spend that much on skins either, Chelly. That's a lot of money. Shout out to Chelly here in the chat, one of our loyal viewers. And yes, Alyssa is here and is the best NFT producer. To be honest, I would agree, and I think Brian would as well. So shout out to Alyssa. All right, well, let's get into some play to earn games then, Brian. So there are some that are already out and that are being built, you know, aside from this big news. So probably the most well-known play to earn game is Axie Infinity, and it really took the world, and I mean world, right, global scale by storm last year, right? We got people in some countries earning a living, right, playing and breeding with their Axies. So in Axie Infinity, there's a couple ways to earn money. You need 3 Axies to play the game, and you start accumulating the 2 tokens, SLP and AXS. And then you can breed your Axies. So if you have 2 Axies that haven't been bred much before, you pay 4 AXS and an amount of SLP that scales along the way. So then, you know, you've got a waiting period as you get those Axies. There's obviously a lot that goes into this. I'm not an expert on Axie, but I do want to share. I mean, Brian, we got massive news that Axie Infinity passed the $4 billion sales volume milestone. $4 billion in transactions for that game. And that came less than 5 months after they hit the $2 billion sales milestone in September. So that's in ridiculous. 5 months, $2 billion more. There's 166,870 Axies in the game. Over 45,000 owners, 1.9 million transactions. And Brian, I mean, to point out how massive Axie Infinity is it's actually the 3rd largest NFT marketplace with $4.14 billion. OpenSea, $21.85 billion. Looks Rare, $16.85 billion. And then Axie is 3rd on the list. So their in-game currency, I mean, surged in price in 2021, right? It hit a high of 165.37. It now trades at 48.82. Axie ranks first all time, beating out CryptoPunks and Bored Ape Yacht Club, which of course have a much smaller collection size. We did see Axie drop 40% in sales volume last week, but it still was on that top 10. And I saw news out that this week that Axie announced a partnership with Bit2Me, which will help grow the brand in Southern Europe and Latin America. So it doesn't look like Axie's going away anytime soon. Brian, I still haven't played Axie. I really want to. Having to own 3 when they were around $250 each, I shied away from it. But I think you can actually get it much cheaper now. So I'll definitely be taking a look at Axie now and maybe play it just to say I played it and maybe to earn a little along the way. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. We've had on Moon or Bust, we had one of the co-creators of Axie on, and it was kind of crazy just to see him or just to speak with him and talk with him. And that was right when they were first blowing up, and that was what, $2-3 billion ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just, yeah, this game taking the world by storm. It's awesome. It really revolutionized the play to earn, and they even, whenever they first started, they made it, a little bit more fair where people weren't priced out from playing. And then once it blew up, they even brought it down another peg. So even though people were priced out, they made it a little bit more fair, and they keep doing that as it grows. And it's just really cool to see that they care about the community and see what this game single-handedly has done for other play-to-earn NFT games and just kind of revolutionized gaming as a whole and, disrupted it from its core. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool to see what Axie has done. It's been really successful. And again, along with that being said, I just want to play it. I want to experience it, so I can say that I played it, and whether or not that means I, earn money along the way. But it's really cool to see. And they really kind of helped pioneer the play to earn in the NFT space. And the fact that it's still so massively popular, all these months later is a testament to their success. So shout out to Axie. Brian, this next one I'm excited to talk about, but it's another one that I still am in the middle of doing more research on, for myself to play. And it is the horse racing game, photo finish game based on Solana. And if you were with us when we interviewed Solana Legend, it was one of the 5 Solana projects that he said he liked best. It is like the Zed Run of Solana, and it is being developed by several former employees at Electronic Arts. I mean, Brian, speaking of video games, Electronic Arts, one of the largest gaming studios out there.
Game.
And yeah, get in the game. And they brought a lot of people over to this game from EA. They've already built a live simulator that's been used by media companies, including CNBC. They also launched a mobile game previously that didn't have the play to earn mechanics. So they already have proven success. They minted their male studs in September for around $70. When we had Legend on, he said that the male studs were going for $600 each. When I looked, Brian, I think the cheapest horse I could get was a little under $800. So we're already starting to see this go up. And remember, the game hasn't launched yet, but they did just start breeding. So that's an important element, right? That they're doing breeding already before the game launches. They have a unique breeding system where, those horses can only breed a certain number of times. I don't know if you ever played Zed Run, Brian, but that was one of the biggest takeaways for me was that breeding, you could breed each horse 3 times a month, and their supply has just been so massive now that the valuation has also dropped, right? Because now that you have so many horses, everyone can own one. There's no longer a scarcity of supply. So I like what Photo Finish is doing here with their game. You're also going to be able to, obviously race your horses against each other. There's going to be a token you can earn there's just so much to this game. And also, you know, the fact that it's not going to be on Ethereum, those transactions are going to be a little bit cheaper. It's going to be faster. Brian, I know you were a fan of this project when Legend was on. Have you done any more research, or is this something, you know, that you're still interested in here with Photo Finish?
So I've done a little bit more research, and I did try to buy a horse, but I was priced out. I couldn't actually figure out how to like utilize it and play it, which I really wanted to. And I did get to the point where I kind of gave up. So I was hoping that maybe we could run through it on a show on how to play and actually use some of these games maybe later this week or next, you know, on an upcoming show to show users like this is how some of these work. And especially this one, because I think this is one of the cooler ones, especially being on Solana and being, you know, you have the little gas fees, like you said, you can breed them. And so there's more, there's more of them out there that you can own. I really like this one. I'm still interested in it. I'm in no means, written off the game. So I'm all about it. I don't know much more about it though, but yeah, I love it.
All right. Well, if you're watching us live, let me know in the chat. I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it today, Brian, but should I buy an $800 virtual racehorse in the future? I want to know. Let me know because, you know,
right now.
Yeah, I know Brian's going to say yes. And I know some of you guys out there are going to say yes, but we'll have to do this on a future episode where I dive into the world of Photo Finish. Again, I do have some experience with Zed Run. I never owned a ton of horses over there. And, you know, the breeding by the time I got in, again, it just wasn't as successful in, you know, valuation because the supply had increased so much over time. But yeah, so Photo Finish next on the list for play to earn. And then we move over to one we talked about a couple weeks ago, Sky Weaver, which is a free-to-play trading card game from Horizon Blockchain Games. So this is a TCG, right? Similar to Magic the Gathering or Pokemon trading cards.
Cool. I did play this one.
You did? See? Yeah. So I downloaded it. I've played it. I haven't earned any of the NFTs yet. I'm working my way up through. I'm working my way up through those battles, Brian, because I want to earn them, right? I want that reward at the end. I want to be able to sell them or, you know, say that I have some NFTs here. But it's a really cool game and it's kind of addicting. You know, the matches take, you know, anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes, which is kind of a nice in terms of time, right? You can do it, you know, at night or, you know, after work. It's not going to take you hours, right? You can do one game at a time or you can play a couple back to back, right? And try to.
Like I said, I love Hearthstone and Magic. I played Magic a lot in high school, and then as an adult, a little bit dabbled back in, but it wasn't as fun because I haven't as many people. But I love Hearthstone to play every now and again, and this is a lot like that, but it has the the blockchain NFT Ethereum mix into it, so I love it because I nerd out about anything that has to do with Solidity and blockchain technology. So I really like this. This is one of my favorite ones too, and I just like you haven't played it. I've been going through the tutorials. I haven't won anything yet. But I've been taking my time and just dabbling when I have time. I don't have much while I'm working, but it is a lot of fun. And I love the aspect. I love how the gameplay works, and I'm all about it for sure.
Yeah, and you know, again, it's not, you know, something you have to spend a ton of time in. It's not something where you gotta, you know, read through a huge white paper. If you do those tutorials, you know, you pretty much learn it. And they released some gold cards recently. They actually partnered with OpenSea where they did a drop there where you could buy some rare cards. So I feel like that's going to be something to watch too. You know, as they kind of cross promote with OpenSea and some of these platforms. The chief storyteller recently did an interview with NFT Insider. I haven't listened or watched that yet. But that's something maybe I want to take a look at, right? And see, you know, what is the plan of growth here? I have seen quite a few people playing it, you know, on Twitch or on YouTube, playing live. And again, they kind of do it leagues at a time, right? So those gold cards that you can earn, they reset every so often. And then those gold cards will never be available again. So there's going to be a scarcity there once the season ends, if you were able to earn a silver card or a gold card, you know, if you wait to sell it until it's no longer, you know, earnable, I think you're going to see valuation go up. So here you can see some people, you know, playing this game. And, you know, Brian, again, play to earn, right? If I'm playing a mobile game, I'd love to get something in return, right? If I'm spending hours, you know, yeah, it's fun, but it's also more fun and more rewarding if I have something in my wallet to show for it, right?
100%.
All right. Well, so that was, of course, Skyweaver. And I do have an article out on Benzinga talking more about that. I want to turn to another one here that I don't have all the information yet. It's one I've been researching for a time. I remember when they did their mint of their first round on OpenSea, Galaxy Fight Club. So if you don't know Galaxy Fight Club, floor price right now on OpenSea 0.49, a collection of 10,000. But this is kind of cool. It's going to connect some different NFT collections. It's going to be a cross-platform player versus player fighting game where holders of different NFT collections can battle with each other to win and earn rewards. They have the G coin is their token. It's a cross IP, cross platform. It's really going to be like one of the first to do what they want to do. And they really are taking after Nintendo, right? They call themselves kind of the Super Smash Brothers of the world. And they've already partnered with, you know, Bored Ape Yacht Club, CryptoPunks, Deadheads, Animetas, and some other groups, BYO Pills. So it's really cool. And again, they sold out of those fighters. But I'm still looking at them. And again, that floor price 0.49, it's really not that bad for a, you know, play to earn game that is growing. And I saw some of their big investors, right? They've got some decent names involved. And, you know, there's just a lot to like about this game as it comes up. Brian, what do you think of Galaxy Fight Club, the Nintendo of NFT play to earn games here?
I don't know too much about it. I'm actually trying to look through it right now. It looks a lot of fun. Like I think I mentioned just earlier, the gaming aspect of crypto, blockchain, NFTs is not something I really dove into until recently. And this is definitely one of the games that I can see myself spending a lot of time on. I hope to see more of these games go to like mobile apps. There are a couple that I do like. There's one I play called Upland, but it's not really a game you play. You just kind of buy properties and you hold them and pretty much stake in one form or the other. That's on mobile. But if I can get more of these on mobile, I definitely play them a whole lot more. And this one looks a lot of fun, and I like the aspect. I like the with this. I don't know if it's turn based or not, but I do think this one looks like fun, and I could enjoy it.
Yeah, I was thinking it was turn-based, but based on the trailer, it almost looks like it's not here. And Brian, it does say on their website, download our game for iOS or Android.
Boom.
So it is going to be mobile. 3v3 team tournaments and 10-person battle royales also coming, where you can earn more G coins and also earn Ethereum. So I mean, if you play this game and you get good enough, you can actually participate in some tournaments, right? So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that they've already partnered, you know, with some of these different Cyberkongs and Wicked Craniums also are partners. They don't have a, you know, date. That's the only drawback, right? Is they're still, you know, really working on getting this out. They'll have alpha test and beta testing later this year. You can sign up on their website to try to get early access. You know, this is just exciting, right? Another game that combines all the elements of, you know, play to earn along with mobile games and kind of the freemium model. And I really like the fact that, yeah, you're going to be able to, you know, play it, have fun, and also possibly earn along the way. So for anyone watching or listening, that's Galaxy Fight Club. Again, a project that minted a while ago. It kind of lost steam, and I haven't heard a ton of news about it, but it's one that's definitely been on my radar since they minted out in August. So again, I mean, a while in terms of NFTs, right? In August 2021 mint, but 0.49 floor price. I think we're early here, not financial advice before this game launches. So yeah, Galaxy Fight Club, check it out if you have not. Brian, last on my list here, we have Krabata. So Krabata, you heard me say in the top 10, right? This is based on the Avalanche blockchain. And it's another one that maybe we're early to, right? Because the game hasn't launched. Their motto is mine, loot, breed, and battle. And if we pull up down at the bottom of their website, I believe is the roadmap, and it's got kind of a timetable, I believe, of specific things. Yeah, there is their roadmap. If we can zoom in, so fourth quarter 2021 is done. We're in the first quarter 2022. So I mean, there's a lot to like about this project, Brian, because they've got a ton of events happening this year as they build out that game. And as I said, the fact that this has been on the top 10 for 2 straight weeks, I think is showing strength in this project. So again, Avalanche was not on my radar, but it is definitely now with this Krabata game. What do you think?
100%. Yeah, Avalanche is booming. Them and Solana are taking on Ethereum by storm, by force. Sooner or later, I think that they're gonna definitely match what Ethereum is doing, and they're already steps ahead because they're fully proof of stake as opposed to Ethereum and the ETH 2.0 or whatever the new ETH name is still in launching mode, which is going to take a while. I think we're going to see a lot more of these happening, and I'm all for it. I'm all excited about it. It's awesome. Not complaining, Chris. Not complaining one bit.
Definitely. Well, I pulled up the Krabata marketplace just to take a look, Brian, because I was thinking, hey, maybe, I can start buying up some of these NFTs. And according to this, it's sorted lowest to highest price. The lowest that I see is $1,605 for one of these crab-looking NFTs. So, Brian, that's a decent price. It looks like this thing, people are interested in it. And again, I want to do some more research on it. If anyone out there plays Krabata, please let us know in the chat or hit me up on Twitter. I do want to learn more about this game. Maybe we'll work on getting that team to come on for an interview as well. Again, Brian, as we try to diversify, not just Ethereum, right? I want exposure. I've got Flow, I've got Solana, and now Avalanche on radar here as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for our 5 play-to-earn NFTs to watch. We hope that everyone enjoyed this segment. We're going to be trying to do more top 5 and top 10 list, right? And we can also clip that out. We can do an article. We can do a shorter video. I think it provides good education. So if you're watching us, let us know in the chat. Did you enjoy, doing this top 5 list to get, Brian and I's thoughts on some projects to watch? And speaking of projects to watch, Brian, we talked about the upcoming mint schedule last week, and I do just want to bring up some of these projects again because we have a big, big week ahead. So we already had the Mutant Bats event happen. If you owned a crypto bat, you could bite one of the partnered NFT projects. And now there is a Mutant Bats collection on OpenSea. I believe the floor was under 1. We also have a big event tonight, Brian. I don't know if you saw this. We're getting a mega mutant reveal for a Bored Ape and Mutant Ape Yacht Club. Someone is finally using one of those mega serums. They'll be doing a live video starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We also got the launch yesterday of Sneaky Vampire Syndicate for 0.16 ETH. That is from Sneaky Vampire Syndicate. The floor right now, Brian, 0.2 0.209. So not that much higher than the mint price. So I'm definitely watching this one. This is, a way to get into that sneaky vampire society through the vampiruses here. And they have not revealed, Brian, right? So there is the potential that you buy one at the floor and it ends up being rare. I did love the artwork here on the vampirus. So another one to watch. And then turning to this week, we have Star Catchers minting today at 0.111 Ethereum, a collection of 10,000. It is one of the most hyped projects out there. So there is going to be a gas war likely. So I will be waiting to see kind of where these land at after the mint. And then we also have the doggies from Snoop DOGG. The sandbox avatars, the pre-sale is today at 10 p.m. UTC. The public sale tomorrow, and the reveal is happening on Thursday. Fingers crossed that you get, a rare dog or alien. And those cost 150 sand plus Ethereum for gas. So sand price right now is 309. So these are around $450 for these avatars. Brian, do you think these Snoop Dogg avatars, the doggies, you think those sell out super fast between today and tomorrow?
No, 100% yes. No questions.
Yeah, and I mean, you'll be able to play them in the avatar. You're gonna be able to be in a music video, right? Not you personally,
and like you're
your
tied
avatar.
to it, so you technically are. I mean, that's your property, so that's done.
Definitely. And then also today we have Dented Feels, which is at 2:22 p.m. today. So it actually happened during the show. Their pre-sale, there is a total of 11,111, 0.11 ETH. And then tomorrow, Invisible Friends minting 5,000 NFTs at 0.25 ETH. Brian, an insane project, right? Invisible Friends. I think we see that absolutely just take off tomorrow. It's one of those floors that I could see hitting, a couple ETH right away. And then we have Weather Report, which is the project from the former artist that's doing Dented Feels. They are launching on the 24th. And then Wonder Pals launching on the 26th, which is Saturday, 10,000 at a 0.08 ETH mint price. And then also one to throw on the radar, because our show is, of course, called The Roadmap. We like when projects have a roadmap, but sometimes they also release a new updated roadmap, right? So we have a collection out there called Alien Friends, which minted, I don't even remember how long ago, but they will be releasing their roadmap 2.0 2 months ago. December was their mint, it looks like. They will be releasing Alien Friends Roadmap 2.0 on March 3rd, Brian, which is next week, Thursday. So as always, not financial advice, but when these projects tend to list a new roadmap, you tend to see some volume pour in, right? Either good or bad, wouldn't you say?
Yes, 100%. I think this will definitely pump that up a little bit.
And on the backside, of course, Brian, it'll probably get pumped up going into the roadmap. And if people do not like that roadmap, what happens on the back end? The project could fall, because people likely will want to, get a ton of new stuff, right? They want to be rewarded. And we'll see if Alien Friends, what their plans are for the future. But this is one of those that, was minted in December. It was kind of in that PFP phase. I did see some people use these on Twitter as their PFP, but the project has lost some momentum, and, maybe Roadmap 2.0 helps bring that back in. I haven't taken a look at the sales volume of this project recently. It looks like it's been pretty flat to start 2022. It did have a good little pump at the start of January. But yeah, we will see what happens with that roadmap release next week. That's what's on our radar. As always, guys, if there's anything you're watching, let us know in the chat. I think we did have one that someone pointed out when we were talking about play to earn games. If we can find that comment. Nifty League Degens is a great working NFT gaming multiplayer with live play to earn. I don't think I know Nifty League. I think I looked it
I
up.
did see something about this on Twitter today and looked into it. It's pretty interesting. I don't know a lot of information, so I'm not going to dive into it. But it's weird that someone mentioned this because I realized, or I recognized the Nifty League Degens name, and I thought that was pretty cool. So
They read your mind,
I have
Brian.
seen this. Yeah.
Read your mind. I pulled up OpenSea and I see a floor price of 0.57. Get ready to brawl. Nifty League is one of the first NFT gaming platforms set to change the way NFTs and games are experienced. That is something we've been talking about, right? Oh, they're pixel art style. There they are. Yeah, this looks pretty cool, Brian. Another one to put on the radar for play to earn games. And I do like when they have, a floor price under 1, so once we hit 1, if it's not a project that I'm fully invested in or fully committed to, I tend to stay away, just because of the opportunity cost out there. But 0.5 range is definitely interesting. And yeah, this roadmap here. So shout out to the chat for letting us know about this one. Definitely on radar now.
100%.
All right. Well, time flies. It looks like that is going to do it here for our Tuesday episode. As always, let us know in the chat if you enjoyed today's episode. And again, if you liked that top 5 segment for play to earn games that you should watch. And then also the calendar, which is so important to talk about upcoming mints at the end of the episode. We will be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And as always, stay tuned. We got pre-market prep at the close coming up where Joel and Spencer will break down all the top stories and trends for stocks and crypto. I know that there is so much going on in the world right now. We did have a speech from Joe Biden, and we, of course, have all the world news out there. Question here from Russell. What was the first one you mentioned? Was it Star Catchers? Was the first one that I mentioned for today for upcoming mints. I hope that is the answer to your question, Russell. Star Catchers, February 22nd. All right, Brian, anything else to leave us off on today?
Nope. I can't wait for tomorrow to see what else we got in store.
All right. And as always, Brian and I will be doing some research into some of these play to earn projects. You never know when we might be playing them live on screen and when, my horse stable decides to kick off in high gear here. So take care, everyone. Stay tuned, and we